Most people in real estate and honestly in business are stuck doing one thing: chasing.
I always felt like I was chasing.
And they think that's just how it works. More calls, more effort, more grind.
Average like 5 to 6 hours a day, getting 50 to 80 contacts a day.
But what if that's not the game at all? Here's what most people don't realize.
Every single person that's here started off listing property, and that's it.
Same starting point, same basic skill set, no crazy advantage. People think top producers are just built different, but they're not. The difference is simple. They didn't stay where they started. Most people stay stuck in this phase right here.
50 to 80 contacts a day.
That's effort, that's discipline, that's work, but it's also a trap.
That requires a tremendous amount of energy and output from me. 5 hours a day, 80 contacts a day.
You're trading time for opportunities. And yeah, you can make money like that, but you'll always feel like you're chasing.
So I wanted to do things where, I was attracting sellers that actually needed my help.
That's the shift right there. Not working harder, but changing the direction of effort.
Sellers are submitting their information. They want you to give them an offer.
Think about that. They're not calling random people anymore. People are coming to them.
If you are a rock star salesperson, it's because you're a crappy marketer.
That line right there, that changes everything. If you don't have leads, you're forced to become great at sales. But if you understand marketing, you don't chase, you filter. You talk to people who already raised their hand.
We did 15 creative deals.
And on those 15 creative deals, how much money did you make?
$814,000.
Oh, that's pretty dope, yes?
This is where people start paying attention. This isn't theory. They didn't just work harder, they changed how deals come to them. And here's the crazy part.
Now people are calling me looking for a solution.
Retail went up, plus creative at a very high level.
They didn't lose what they had, they multiplied it.
I'm very much about learning one skill, getting really good at it, and then stacking on top of those skills. Because sometimes when you think about we do 5 different things, it feels really overwhelming to do all of that at once. I would get really good at the listing and get really good at the cash offers, and then start to add more to it if I was in you guys' place.
This is where most people mess up. They try to do everything at once, but the real game is simple. Learn one thing, master it, stack another. That's how you go from beginner to dangerous.
This is not outside of reach for you. It's really not. You just have to learn new skills, learn a little bit about marketing, which a lot of that truthfully is done for you.
Yep.
And then get in a community of like-minded individuals. There's a thing right now, my son told me it's like looks maxing. You know what I said you should be doing? Failure maxing. You should be screwing up as fast as possible. Because you know what our school system teaches us? Don't make mistakes. That's completely not in alignment with the way the world works. You gotta make mistakes all the time. That's how you learn. Did you see that in his numbers? So when you implement these cash offer deals, what happens? Retail goes up. He made $300,000 more in retail because there's listings. And he made $800 on the creative deal. Other than that, I don't know why you would want to do it.
Part of you has to know when to pivot when there's a desire. So I just did it because I was tired of the way I was doing business with the FSBOs and the expireds. I think it's a great strategy, but you can't just do that.
Which thing in your business has the highest margin? What did you say, hands down?
The off market.
Off market, hands down. I was like, great. So if you spent more time doing it, what do you think you could do on that side of the business? At the time you're doing $500,000, yeah?
Yeah.
He's like, I think I could double it. Money has an addictive quality, and because of it, we get addicted to the way that we receive it. He was making a lot of money doing one thing, yes? Most of you guys make a lot of money doing one thing. You will never change your mind and do something different. He was willing to be like, hey, wait a minute. There's Outbound that requires a tremendous amount of energy and output from me, 5 hours a day, 80 contacts a day, which is a lot. Hey, what if I started to learn how to market? You know what I've learned over the last 5 years? How to become a rockstar marketer. Yeah?
Yep.
So you went down that path, and then what happened?
And then in 2022, I was just, a lot of what I learned was just free on YouTube,
Yeah.
right? Watching what other people do. So then there was a podcast about how to get onto TV, right? And run a I buy houses cash type advertisement. So I hopped on the call with that company. It made sense for me, but for me, it was a $5,000 a month investment. Basically, we'll play the commercial later, but that was the first truly inbound, where now people are calling me looking for a solution. And then I had a lot of success with it right away. Can't say that's a guarantee, but for me, it worked. And then I started adding and tweaking different things. So pay per lead, right? I've played with direct mail. I built a home buying website. And now at this point, I'm getting free SEO leads on Google that are just searching sell my house. And I'm the first thing on Google. So I've played around with a lot of things, and what works the best for me now are TV, SEO, and PPL.
When you have 21 apartments, you realize that it's a job. I realized that I had a problem. I can continue to do it by myself, or I can join a team.
I would rather own 1% of something that's enormous and great than 100% of something that's crap.
You're going and collecting rent checks, you're going and fixing this, you're going and fixing that. They knew my phone number, and people were calling me on my overnights, and it was not the ideal scene. And so I actually found Grant on YouTube. It was, hey, I'm buying an airplane. He didn't buy it yet. It was like 3 weeks out. But I also have 4,000 apartments. I actually found him on Bigger Pockets too. He's like, anybody who wants to join my team, call my office. And so what did I do? I called his office. So I went from owning 21 doors, 100%, to owning like 3% of 826 units.
What Ryan recognizes, he's reclaiming time. Now you're the vice president of Cardone Capital.